the most even series that we're going to see today, in my opinion, is going to be this series right here.
Yeah, although that last one was a pretty close one to add to that. But we are starting this one off here with Contra. Of course, formerly of Evil Geniuses, now finding his way back over into the Pro League. Immediately takes a lot of damage from that grenade here. Great job by tapping buttons, responding to those callouts. Will go ahead and finish off the very first kill of this series. Tapping buttons taking down Contra.
Yeah, so Roy's going to push on over here. A good grenade coming in from Destroy. Destroy does get cleaned up by twin brother Lunch, so we're going to see what Falcated is going to do here. He's trying to push on over towards the snipe side. You do have Nemesis inside of the cave with the sniper rifle. Lunchbox is going to get a trade of rockets, and there is Kyle with that sniper rifle. He's pushing on over towards the rockets, but going to leave that for his teammate. I believe that was Destroyed. It was grabbing those rockets, and now the push coming in from EG on over towards the snipe side. Naventic, they're just going to set up over here, waiting for players to poke out. There's Lunchbox getting taken down by Nemesis, looking for some more on over towards the elbow. That's going to be tapping buttons, hiding on over towards the base. Roy's going to get a big kill onto Contra. They could have pushed on over towards the snipe ramp and gotten into the cave if it wasn't for that kill. So Roy really clutching it, but ooh, a haircut coming in from Nemesis. Thought he was going to be able to connect on that one, as he did in that same exact position before, but now just going to have to fall back and slow play this one. The no-scope going to land onto Lunchbox, but Roy is clutching it on that snipe side of the map, finding 2 kills, looking for a third. Nemesis says no, landing every single no-scope in the area. You do have a flag being run over towards the EG elbow side. That is going to be Contra getting a flag kill as well. So he's getting a slays and running the objective at the same time. It's going to be up to Destroyed to hold these guys off on over towards the snipe ramp. This has got to be a very dangerous play here for Ryanoob. You do not want to go for that. He ends up having to desperate it, and now Evil Genius is in a position to run this counter cap, and that's exactly what they're doing. Tapping buttons with the elbow play. Lunchbox and Roy covering him from top rocket area. You have a spawner coming in over towards the elbow area as well. Actually, that was Roy that came off spawn, so that was Falcated in Lunchbox top rockets. And there it is, the counter cap coming in from EG.
Yeah, and that was in fact a counter cap as well, because you saw 3 dead, I think, for Evil Geniuses, and that flag was being moved across the map. Gets stopped on elbow, and the counter pull is going to go in. Even when they pulled that flag, and at one point it was a 3v4 situation. Rockets coming out here from Nemesis. Nice rockets will go ahead and secure the kill onto Falcated. They're starting to grab some control of the bases. Another great grenade comes in, but that's gonna buy some time here for Naventic. And that missed rocket is so crucial. And then he wastes the second rocket. Frag grenades chasing him down. He will be able to get his shields back, but that was a little bit of a hiccup because those 2 rockets could have been 2 additional kills here going in their favor.
Nice play.
That was a good heads-up play. I think he was listening to you there, Tom. Does get that flag up into the window, but this is still going to be pretty tough because there's 2 dead for Naventic. All 4 alive now for Evil Geniuses, and that flag is really hard to move from the window. And it gets returned. Tapping buttons going to get that one. That was the right play from Nemesis, just doesn't work out. They don't have the right positioning. Now it's about not getting counter-capped on. Ryanoob going to try to create an opportunity of his own. Did he see the player on the elbow? That guy did appear on the radar. I think he was just a little bit too late to recognize that one. Lunchbox can get the perfect kill. There goes the return coming in. Nemesis, the last guy alive, but he did get the return on his side. So now EG gonna have to reset, try to get into this space and get another flag capture here. And when you go and you look at the slays, it's fairly even in slays, Kyle. Evil Genius is only up by a couple of kills, and that is resulting in that flag capture. But it doesn't seem like any team has maintained control for quite some time. It's been pretty back and forth overall, and as we say that, another trade of kills coming in. EG had the weapons, now going to forfeit those on over to Destroyed and friends, but what a kill from Lunchbox. He's getting double teamed by 2 players, had to hit every shot perfectly, and does exactly that. Not able to get his teammates the weapons there, but at least able to stop Nemesis from picking off players that were pushing. Yeah, 2 of his teammates answer back and get a double kill there, and that all came down from Nemesis not having the sniper rifle, getting ready to shoot at people, or maybe it was Destroyed. Either way, the sniper rifle not in the hands of Naventic, and that was just amazing heads-up play for Lunchbox to actually pick up a trade in that situation.
What a play by Ryanoob here, though. Not shooting and now just waiting. Roy's going to clean him up with the rockets. Contra has sniper rifle in the back of the base, so he's going to try to wait for a couple of kills before he decides to push. And he need to land that headshot. Not able to, so rockets still in the hands of Evil Geniuses. Roy actually drops those rockets, so someone else picks up that kill. And now you're going to see Contra staying alive, tapping buttons going for the kill there, but great teamwork from Ryanoob, and that's just a smart play from Contra. There's no reason to challenge. Sometimes people get so caught up and so flustered that a player is going to challenge them. They want to stay alive with that sniper rifle, so they start shooting off no scopes and start over-challenging when they don't necessarily have to. So now he's in position here to snipe Lunchbox on that elbow area. That's going to be 3 dead. Falcated, the last guy alive. Looks like Falcated had a counter pull of his own. Roy, he's going to get dropped pretty easily. Contra just laying down damage after damage over here from the Evil Genius's elbow.
Yeah, just Lunchbox and Roy not communicating as well as they should. That Contra was on elbow and essentially not taking any damage from either one of those members. Now, it still might work out in their favor as Roy is flying up, grabs one, almost grabs a second. Got a lot of players right in front of him. Heck, this might be some sort of a flag standoff. Might be a little bit of a counter capture. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Lunchbox going huge once again, gets that return.
Wow, what a play from Lunchbox. Not sure if we caught that one on the stream, but I was watching that on the side screen here as Tapping Buttons finds a double kill and almost got that flag out towards the window, but he's going to drop to Destroyed. Now, something that was key there is Lunchbox had not a perfect, but he did have really, really good shots. He killed the guy with the carbine as the guy was lunging for the melee. So if that player got the melee off, that means that they wouldn't have got the return. So that just goes to show how important it was for Lunchbox to land all of those shots with the carbine. We could have been looking at possibly a 1-0 or 1-1 game here in the favor of Naventic, but instead it's Evil Geniuses with the 2-0 start here. Not over quite yet, like you said, Kyle. We've seen some crazy things happen on Coliseum, and we know how strong these guys are at CTF, so it's just a matter of getting in the right position at the right time. But Evil Geniuses has been really smart in the rotations over here. So now Ryanoob is caught out of position. He has 2 players that are down on his team. Lunchbox giving him the business there. Now Nemesis going to find that cleanup, but it's up to Contra pretty much to stop this flag guy. He gets the hit marker. However, Rocket Guy Roy waiting around the corner. Tapping Buttons does die after Contra weakens him, but now it's up to EG just to secure this cap. All they have to do is clear out the last 2 players in the base. A player sitting in the window. Roy was slow playing this one a little bit too much, and the flag gets returned. Roy a little bit too passive, and that flag. Why was that flag in the window?
Yeah, that was a little bit of some misplays here by Evil Geniuses, if I had to kind of point out anything. That was an opportunity. They had numbers, game in their hands, ready to close it out, flag in the base, and just not able to work together there. Just a little bit more miscommunication examples here from EG, but regardless, still in the lead, still winning and keeping the rest of Naventic here trapped in their base.
Yeah, Naventic's been on spawn for quite some time. Remember when we were talking about how the Slays were only in favor of Evil Geniuses by 2? Well, that is heavily in the favor of Evil Geniuses now. When you go and you look at this, Lunchbox currently sitting at 21 kills. The next highest is Nemesis with 16. You have 17 for Tapping Buttons, Roy with 19. So everybody, 3 out of the 4 players on Evil Geniuses have more kills than the highest player on Naventic. Falcated's run this flag in. It's going to be the last one. Can he get it? You have the Rocket player sitting there, and it happens. 3-0 to start this series for Evil Geniuses. And it wasn't a very dominating game to start, but as they started to pick up steam, pick up more confidence, the communication started to really pick it up. You could tell EG was on top of their stuff that game.
Yeah, I mean, besides a few missteps that, bought a lot of time here for Naventic, like the one that comes to mind is Contra moving up the top rockets, getting a couple snipe kills, taking some players no shields. Contra himself, 11 and 21. I mean, he was definitely had some positive sprees.
He tends to have slow game once from my experience watching him, and then always kind of picks it up. Very rarely do you see him have back-to-back bad games or 2 bad games in a series, but in a best of 5, you really want to have everyone coming out with strong performances. Splice, they had a couple of bad individual games, but they won the games that those ended up happening because sometimes they had a player going double positive or just laying down a ridiculous amount of damage. But that was all Evil Geniuses, once that first capture went in. And they got that counter pull, and it seemed like that kind of took a little bit out of Naventic because, that's a game that you typically see them at least getting 1 capture on. I mean, 3-0, it's fairly rare for a team that, in my opinion, their best game type is capture the flag. So we'll see if they can bounce back. Game number 2 was Regret Slayer. You can see on your screen next map is regret. So we'll see if they can get that overshield to start, get in the right positions. If I know anything about these guys, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to keep this a lot closer. I'm not expecting 50 to 20 or a 50 to 30. This is definitely going to be a 50 to 40 or better.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Naventic's one of those teams that probably has a lot of fluctuation in their level of trying, essentially. I think we saw that a lot with some of these guys when they were on Allegiance and going back a couple pro leagues here. Lots of really close series, not being able to close things out. But I think what comes to mind a lot is one of the online pro leagues where they ended up, I think, choking in a game, but sure enough, that was pretty much the end of the series there. I think it was actually a Coliseum game as well, where
maybe against like Wise,
they lost
like
the close game, and then all of a sudden you could tell they were just out of gas, they were flustered, they weren't able to keep their composure there. But we'll see if they'll be able to work out some of those kinks there and get back into this as we start off Regret Slayer.
Starting this one off, tapping buttons point of view. Is going to be pushing on over towards the overshield. Ryan going to get first strike over there. Is he going to be able to get the overshield? That's going to be destroyed, burning that one. Falcated getting the grenade kill. Lunchbox finding Nemesis. Big 1v1 happening towards bottom car. He's going to challenge it. Thrusting out. Was probably afraid that a grenade was eventually going to come in and trying to predict that grenade, so he thrusts out. Contra didn't even throw one, though. He was already focused in, zoomed in, ready for that player to push. Instead, tapping buttons just too fast. 4-1 start here for EG. This is great for them. They are carrying on the momentum from that previous 3-0. Destroyed going to find a kill onto Falcade. It's going to be a 2-on-2 situation advantage in favor of EG based on the positioning they have. Huge shots again coming in from tapping buttons. This time onto Nemesis, staying alive on over towards the platform area. Is going to drop because his teammate Lunchbox eventually gets cleaned up from Destroyed. You can see 2 players top center. Another player is going to be Nemesis. Perfect shots onto tapping buttons, shutting that down 7-5 now. That's what you got to do if you're an Naventic to get back into this one. Evil Genius is going to steamroll.
Ooh, and look at that grenade from Falcated. Should pick up the win here. Sure enough, does grab that kill. Shoots him in the ankles a couple times there. That crouch not going to trick him. This is a melee, though.
Ooh.
Turns into a trade, but that could have been real bad.
Yeah, it could have been bad, but it could have been real bad.
Yeah,
That was still bad. That was definitely a kill that he needed to get, but nonetheless, you still have Evil Geniuses in a perfect position, especially if Lunchbox can stay alive. Roy going to get a kill onto Nemesis. Now they're going to charge in because they have to spawn staggered, so they're going to clear these guys out of blue and then rotate on back on over towards red. Are they going to be able to get top center in time, though? No, that's going to be 3 dead. Nemesis pushing on over towards the pink side. All 4 dead. Again, staggered deaths. You got to regroup here.
Yeah,
if you're Naventic, you cannot afford to just challenge to the death here. Here comes the charge. Roy and Lunch picking up a kill. Ryan is going to find a trade on the tapping buttons. That's the play that you got to make, though. When you do get that split spawn, don't be afraid to push up towards top center. Hopefully, one of your teammates is going to push with you, and the other guys are going to eventually help. So, heads up play. Is it going to pay off for these guys? Evil Geniuses had some heavy momentum, and they had some serious map control. Overshield popping up here any second. Who's going to be focused on that one? Not Ryu. Evil Geniuses on top of that one. Falcated going to grab it as well. I think that was right around that 50 mark, maybe a little bit later than that, but great plays coming out from EG. 13 kill lead. Can they continue to put it on?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see a big lead built up right off this, or right from the get-go, off the start of the game. But what we're seeing here is, while it was a good start for Evil Geniuses, it was the next like 3 or 4 spawn cycles that really started just throwing them and propelling them ahead here in the series, 26-10. And you can just see they have nowhere to go. Oh, some disrespect coming in here from Tapping Buns as well. A little salty about that carbine battle he lost earlier and wants to make up for it here.
Yeah, I don't really think he cares when it's 30-11. When we're saying this is going to be the closest series of the day, it's going to be a super close game, well, I am about to retake those words back because...
Yeah, I'm glad I never said that.
Yeah, I know. Whoever said that, he should not be casting, that's for sure. But Roy's going to find a kill onto Contra. That's going to be a perfect. Nice grenade coming in from tapping buttons. Lunchbox going to get a kill onto Nemesis to respond to that one, but you're not going to be able to get back into this one by trading kills if you're Naventic. You're going to have to get up top, have to get this next overshield, which they just gave away for free last time, not in position. So you got to get in position. Now Contra caught off bottom center. This is not the area if you are Contra. You want to just smack the wall here soon because you're going to be dead any second, my man. It's going to happen. EG is playing on top of things right now. Falcated, he's going to find the double kill. I'm going to go ahead and look at the stats and see who's going huge. It is Falcated, sitting at 11-3. Meanwhile, Lunchbox 8-9-3. Make that 9-9-3. So what a solid game coming out from those two games. And all of the Evil Geniuses team, just in general, 40-16. This is just a beat down at this point. What do you do if you get back into this one? At this point, it's just about respect.
Yeah, this is not going to be a respectable score to end this game. Now, if there was a comeback that happened here, yeah, I might just put my headset down and walk away, Tom, because I don't even know what to think about that. But 41-19, yeah, you just want to make it respectable. Like you said, you don't want to go out or lose a game knowing, hey, you remember that biggest margin of victory we have ever seen in Regret Slayer? You do not want to be part of that. I think I was a part of one of the biggest comebacks in a series, and I or hear that about that.
Really?
The Agency Carbon. Right?
What was that series?
We were down
5-1?
We were up 5-2 or 5-1, I think, and lost. That's a rough one.
It's not a badge you want to be wearing, Kyle.
It's true. It's true. I mean, the real story is that Carbon even let us beat them in the winners bracket, but that's just another story.
Oh yeah, is that how it happened?
We'll go into those stories later on, reminiscing. But back into this one,
back into this one, there's nothing to talk about. It's 25-46. I mean, this is just absolute slaughter right now. You can go here and just trade kills, or just let Falcated do the work, because this guy's been going off this game. 47-27. They made it respectable. They're trying to avoid that steak dinner over here, but the chicken dinner is going on over to EG no matter what. Just a matter of trying to get that 31 mark over here and try to get something going for game number 3, because Evil Geniuses 3-0 to start this one. Wasn't really even close in Coliseum. Regret, not even close either. You do have game 4 if you can make it there. Is a truth CTF, so this is obviously a must-win going into game 3 where you're down 2-0. But I mean,
that's assuming they don't win this game.
I don't know what would happen if they win this game. I don't know if the Earth's flat after that.
Plasmacaster is up. Contra gets taking no shields. What a grenade coming in from Roy the Lion there. That's going to pretty much be all she wrote. They would have to have kept the spawn trap and the spawn killing up, gotten that Plasmacaster, and done a whole lot more to be able to take that win, but still answered back with a lot of kills here to make that respectable.
So Roy was a Borg. Is he still Roy Borg, or are we calling him the Lion now? Roy the Lion?
I don't know. I don't know where Roy
is. He like a cyborg lion? Like a robotic cat?
Robotic, maybe.
I don't know.
Some sort of Power Ranger type stuff, maybe.
Could be.
Who knows?
It could be.
But either way, let's take a look at these stats here. Tapping buttons, that coveted player like we talked about, the coming out of Mexico, moving up here to the Xfinity Training Center and practicing now, 14-8, leading his team in this game, and he's had some pretty good performances so far. But Roy and Lunchbox are really showing up here today as well, maintaining these scores. And whenever you have a major lead like that, besides that was Naventic still trying and making it respectable, you let up on the gas a little bit there, and EG knew they had the W, and rather than trying their hardest still at that point, we're just trying to close out the game. It's always something you got to be scared about, doing that, is you can have things get quickly out of control. But that was one of the largest leads we've seen in Regret Slayer in Pro League.
Yeah, and just not much assists coming out from the other side either. I mean, what is that, 17 assists overall? And that's just not going to cut it. I mean, you did have 33 kills, so that's about half of your kills assisted.
Ooh,
but
yeah,
when you look at EG, almost everybody was in double digits. So they were nearing around 40 assists. When you look at the percentages of kills and assists that's going on, there's just so much more team shooting from Evil Geniuses. And also, where's the overshield positioning coming out? They got to be on top of that. I believe that it's Swiftkill that is coaching, and you can only do so much as a coach to sit there and time those. It's up to the players to not give up any dumb deaths right around that time that the overshield's coming up within a 10 to 15 second spawn, and then make their way over towards top center to drop bottom center, or try to at least get in positions to make sure that you can see the overshield guy. I saw a couple times where these guys weren't even looking towards that area, so need to reset over here and start focusing on the important things that matter. We saw a CTF, we saw a Slayer, so that means game number 3 is going to be a strongholds, and that's going to be on Eden. So Evil Geniuses playing from the red side again. Advantage to the red side, in my opinion, still at the current meta that we have. So will they be able to stop the players going from the overshield? Will they be able to get control of that catwalk area and then kind of focus the rest of the map after that? Because if you're able to take this, if you're Naventic, it's still anyone's series, because you're moving into one of your best game types, if not your best game type, and now you've stolen the momentum and won back-to-back games going into a game number 5, which I'd say more times than not, you're going to win that one after, you know, getting all of those wins back-to-back. So we'll see. It's not over yet, but I haven't seen anything today to tell me that they can stop Evil Geniuses, who is playing at a really high level. We were talking about which Evil Geniuses is going to show up. Sometimes they're a little bit inconsistent. They seem to play a lot better come tournament time in Pro League than they do in scrims, and they're definitely showing that today. But now is their time to close it out in dominating fashion and really make a statement, especially if this is anything like we saw in game number 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, and Evil Geniuses, they're looking to close this one out because this has been a team that has gotten the short end of the stick in regards to map win percentages. So they want to do everything they can to prevent putting themselves in that situation again.
So you have Nemesis with the camouflage, and doesn't seem like anybody has the overshield right now, but you have Roy with the rockets. So that's going to be Catwalk going on over to Naventic, and that's going to be points going on the board as well. So we'll see how they're going to play this one. Lunchbox, he's going to drop to Destroyed. You still do have camouflage with Nemesis, so this is a great opportunity to potentially push a triple cap or at least try to get some serious map control. It's all about clearing that guy out of security, though. Whoever's over there right now is a huge nuisance. That's going to be tapping buttons, distracting on over towards security and red side. So they have to take out that player ASAP. He actually picks up a kill on the kill feed, which is going to open up the rest of the map for EG. That's what makes that kill on a Lunchbox that much more important for Destroyed.
Ooh, and there's Falcated. He gets taken out by Destroyed as well, so he is doing a great job of listening to these call-outs and picking up some of these kills, because that's a fresh 3 dead here for Evil Geniuses. The spawner's coming up. Oh, not able to connect. Will go ahead and get him in the kneecap.
He was. Lunchbox didn't need a knee brace after that one. Now they're pushing the triple cap. First time we've seen Naventic with a lead over here and getting some sort of momentum, and this is a lot of momentum. You got to keep it up here. You got to hold it for the next 30 seconds for the next round of weapons and power-ups over here, but somehow they didn't get the rockets out of Lunchbox's hands, and now they do have the triple cap, but you still have 2 rockets if you're Lunchbox in some pretty decent positioning over here. So Lunchbox needs to not challenge this. Needs to stay alive. Did lose a decent amount of his shields. Let's see if he can regain those. No players pushing on over towards the red alley area. There is a player on the red bridge instead. Tapping buttons gonna help with that one. Looks like Lunchbox really wants to just solo carry this security side and lay down shots for players that are pushing out towards potentially the overshield. Again, smart back down from Lunchbox, still staying alive over here. Falcated, he's going to be the one that finds the rockets over there. Lunchbox still with 1 left. A good trade onto Ryan right there. Not sure what happened with the camouflage throughout all that, but you got to assume that Evil Geniuses was the team in position for that one. Going to scroll through and find that Falcated has camo rockets, Kyle, and he's over there towards that blue alleyway. So keep out for Falcated as we switch on over to his point of view to see exactly what the play is going to be here, because you do have Red Nest being reset over there from Naventic. You do have rockets and camouflage in the blue bend now, but Contra is aware of this, and he's going to be chucking a couple of grenades. The rocket not going to connect. Now going to have to rotate on over towards the outside, and that's exactly what he does. Love that play from Falcated, recapturing that blue bend area. Now he's going to immediately push on over towards the catwalk. Still has a rocket left. I would love to see him back off and reload that rocket to guarantee the kill. He's challenging this half shields. Now his shields are going to recharge. Teammate coming in with the help, but that is not a smart trade when you have the camo rockets.
No, it is not. And you know there's a player right in front of you, but there's only 1 player there in security. Everyone else from Naventic, and they've been doing a great job of listening to communication and call-outs as well, is going to be placed behind you over either towards Turbine or in red base. So yeah, definitely not the best use of camo we've seen. Started off pretty well, but could have closed it out a little stronger.
This is great for Naventic. Triple cap still in effect. Needing to win this game, otherwise their day is over, and Evil Genius is going to go to 1-0. Truth CTF is the next game, so they have a chance to potentially bring this series back for the reverse sweep. A lot going to ride on Lunchbox over here. He finds that 1 rocket off of Falcated's body. Going to try to slow play it on over towards the camo, but Nemesis flying out towards the red gen has one of his teammates there. They take down Lunch. You have players sitting outside right now. That's going to be 3 dead. Falcated, last guy alive. He's sitting over towards the red SMG area. Big 1 versus 1. He's going to win it, but Nemesis is going to get the trade-off, and they should be able to get the overshield because of that. Great shot right there into the pit, takes down Lunch for the double, and now he's looking for some more blood, getting the call out that multiple players on over towards Blue Bend. Great hit marker right there onto Roy. nowhere for Roy to run. Potentially staying alive over here towards the blue side, but Falcated eventually going to drop that and shut that down. Ryan going to pick up the camouflage, and now it is Naventic's time to get this first W on the board. They have the positioning, they have the strongholds, they have the camo. They just need to make the right plays here.
Ooh, and we'll see if they're able to spot Ryan. He's got that camo. Working on a pretty good flank. He doesn't need to do much until those strongholds start getting captured. Sure enough, great grenade comes in here. Will be able to finish off that kill. They have a numbers advantage. They take Falcated no shields now. Nice job by Falcated actually securing that one.
That grenade.
Wow, and staying alive.
I thought that grenade was going to bounce in a different route. I'm sure Ryan did as well. Now he's capturing the blue bend. All of Evil Genius is flooding out there, but this camouflage is playing huge. I would have loved to see him not shoot right there and really try to capture that one. Instead, he's going to back off, which it's, you know, not the worst play in the world. I think that it was a risky play for him to stay in there, and he could have potentially got it. It was almost, in my opinion, the only play to make. But when you have this kind of a lead, you have a little bit of a room for error, and, you know, potentially 17 more points on the board. Totally possible if you can just retake these rockets, maybe get this next overshield, and then push this one to a game number 4. Evil Geniuses, they're going to have other plans in mind. They're trying to push their advantage for the triple cap, making their way over towards the catwalk. Falcated's no shields. Contra going to find a double. Nemesis getting that reset. Now the focus is going to be on over towards the red nest. No, they're going to focus on getting these guys out of catwalk. Is that the right play? Or should they have rotated? It looks like it ends up paying off. They get the reset towards the catwalk. Lunchbox finds the rockets. Big 1v1 against Nemesis. Gonna hit it. Overshield coming up here soon, and catwalk currently being captured. So this is a huge time and moment in this game, especially for EG.
Yeah, you got Lunchbox with the rockets. He might be able to secure overshield here for his team. That's coming up right now. That's going to be overshield rockets. He gets them and gets away. Player right behind him. Make sure you guys kill this guy. Destroy trying to get away, but ultimately gets back smacked here. Lunchbox a little questionable over rocket, but that's all right. 3 dead. Last guy alive right in front of him.
Ground pound that guy. Oh, the choke.
Oh my.
No.
Rotating camera.
Ouch.
Face.
Ouch. So many different ways to play that one, and that is not...
Pretty much any other way.
That is not calculated.
Wow, what a great rocket, too.
It was really not... You got to clear that calculator, refresh that thing. Destroy. Maybe it was a solar calculator. Could have ran out of juice.
Yep. It was not the best play we've seen from Lunchbox. He's been having a really good series so far. But yeah, not going to be able to capitalize on that one against Contra, and does lose a big fight here. And towards the end of the game like this,
that was the game-winning fight.
Yep, this could have absolutely been one of
the series-winning fight. Honestly.
Wow. Yeah, that'll be something.
I'd be scared. I'd be scared if I was EG losing this game, because this was your opportunity. You have so much momentum on your side. You could have taken this one and closed this one out. It's not over yet. EG still could win this one, but you do not want to go into game number 4. You especially don't want to go into game number 5. So in my opinion, EG wants to clutch it out right here. Oh, tapping buttons, gets ninja'd by Nemesis. Now Ryan going to fly on over towards the catwalk. Everybody desperately wanting to control this area, and it's going to go on over to Naventic. That should be all she wrote, unless you get a desperation push and a double cap on over towards the catwalk area. Bad positioning coming in from Destroyed, and the rest of these guys, they drop down low. Really awkward positioning right there. Not a big fan of that area. They could have just stayed in the red nest and got some good angles. Instead, they dropped down towards the bottom. No room for error though. 99 points on the board here. EG, they don't have the right time on this one, or do they? Looks like Nemesis is completely out of position for that one. Is Ogre 2 on top of the time? He is. 337.
Can Roy get in the top in time? Can he get in the hill in time? Somebody else is going to contest it. They get in there. Oh my God. They got to get over to bed.
They got to go over to bench. Roy's got to challenge this one. He's got to get in now. He does. There's only a little bit of time. Contra trying to clutch it.
The reset. They got to get back to catwalk.
This is intense. This is crazy. Just an absolute brawl for all of the strongholds. It's all going to come down to Ryan, who Falcated gets the reset. Evil Geniuses 100 to 99. They didn't want to go to game number 4. They knew what was at stake. They end the series right there. Holy cow. Woo.
That was a nerve-wracking one.
That was. I was worried you weren't going to be able to switch fast enough, but you got it down.
That was kind of crazy. It's kind of like a Coliseum CTF that we saw earlier in the Atlanta finals, how back and forth that one was. Whew. We'll take a look at the stats here in just a minute, but Tom, let's try to break that one down a little bit.
Are you praying right now?
This is my sigh of relief because these games, some of them, they take years off my life watching some of these things happen.
It takes hair off my life. I went full-blown Britney Spears after DreamHack Atlanta. Went right to the hotel room, just shaved my head.
I know, I told you should have recorded it, you streamed it, done something, that would have worked. But wow, 100-99, the closest stronghold, Eden Strongholds, the closest one we have seen in quite some time. I know there's been 198s a couple times. 199 is just that much more rare from happening. That was absolutely Naventic's game to take, and like you said, could have got back in the series. They had that mistake from Lunchbox that could have been a series-changing mistake.
I was worried. I was really, really worried, but you know what? They clutched it out. Evil Geniuses, they stayed composed. 99. Just doing everything that they could. They had to play perfectly at the end. Ogre 2 on top of that, overshield time, working with Roy. Nemesis just caught in no man's land over towards the box right when that overshield was coming up, making himself a really easy kill. You could see they had so much time to make up on the clock. This is when we started to get a little bit worried. He has some overshield left and still lost that fight while he had rockets and positioning. So Lunchbox really happy that they won that one. The rest of EG and of their fans definitely celebrating right now. That is